Good evening. Um, so how many people are here today? So I see there's Lydia, Kai, and Jimmy, and Brenya. If you guys are here, just unmute yourself and just say hi or something like that. I see Kai and Jimmy. So which one's Kai and which one's Jimmy?
I'm Kai and he's Jimmy.
Okay, so to I guess do an icebreaker first to get people to know each other. It'll be best if everyone can turn on the camera. So Lydia, if you're not doing anything, it would be nice if you could turn your camera on. But then if you're busy with something in the background, I'm not quite sure, then it's fine if you leave it off. So I guess I'll ask Kai and Jimmy first. So Kai, where do you guys live and what grade are you in?
I I live in Fairchild Road next to Oak Ridge, and I'm in
It's just specific. Just like the rough area, like Vancouver, like Burnaby, like I'm not quite sure if we're all, yeah.
I live in Vancouver, and I'm in grade 3.
Grade three? Okay. What about you, Jimmy?
I live in Vancouver, and I'm in Division 12 kindergarten, basically.
Oh, that's nice. So what school do you guys go to?
Um, Osler.
Okay, so let's move on to Brenya. Um, I guess tell us your grade and what school you go to then, because if we're all in Vancouver, then that's fine. Unless you aren't, you can let me know.
Uh, I'm in grade 3, and I live in Vancouver in Fremlin Street.
What school do you go to?
St. Anthony of Padua.
Nice. Lydia, are you here? Uh, just unmute your mic and then just tell us what grade you're in and what school you go to. Uh, if you don't know how to unmute your mic, just say in the chat. If not, then I guess we'll just move on. Then okay. So, what device are you guys on?
Laptop.
What about you, Brenya?
Computer.
Lydia? Just type in the chat if you're too shy or don't want to speak today.
Why do I have to speak?
Um, I just feel like it's best because we're a class, right? We want to have everybody participate and just get to know each other.
Yeah,
Like,
but I am participating.
sorry, wait. There's a bit of background noise. Can't really hear you clearly.
Yeah, okay. Can I not do this? She just goes to the same school as me, Lydia. Yeah, I'm tired of speaking. Yeah, we just go to the same school. My name is Lydia. I am 8 and I'm almost going to 9.
Okay.
And we're in the same school. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Brenda's older than me. Maybe, I don't know.
All right. So I'm gonna send everyone a link. So I set up this I wouldn't call it an application, but I set up this whiteboard type thing to make it easier to teach you guys music theory online. And I'll share you guys a link in the chat, and then it should work just by clicking on the link, and it'll bring you to like a Chrome page. Don't download the application; just go to like the web version of it. Um, Let me know if anything goes wrong with it. And yeah, I sent the link to everyone in chat. And if you guys don't know how to open it or use the laptop, right? You can always like call your parents over or something like that.
Do we need to click on it?
Yeah, so you click on it and it should automatically open up your browser.
Oh.
Just if you have any problems or questions, just tell me right away. Brenya, so did you? What happened after you click on the link?
Now I want something called preparing the room.
Oh yeah, so I see, do you see the bar lines? I see that you guys are in it already.
So
I see, I can because on my side I can see two participants like Brenya and Lydia are on. I guess we're just missing Kai and Jimmy.
we're playing the piano.
Oh, so this is just I guess I can share my screen for like the recording.
I cannot play the piano. I can play the piano. Ah! Me angry. Why?
It's rest assured because we're not gonna be playing the piano today. We'll just be looking at the PowerPoint, and I have the piano here to make it easier to show I guess what I'm talking about. Okay, so Kai and Jimmy, are you guys ready?
Yep.
All right. Um, if you guys don't mind, Kai and Jimmy, can you open the camera? Because it just lets me know like if you guys are actually listening. If you don't want to, it's fine. To be honest. All right. So let's go in order again. I'm gonna just ask. So, what level of music theory, or I guess just music in general, do you think you guys are? Like, have you guys done anything related to learning theory in the future, like in the past, like played an instrument before, or something like that? Let's go like last time. Kai and Jimmy, have you guys played an instrument or learned theory before, or is it your first time?
We play piano.
Oh, for how long?
I played for one. Wait, Jimmy played for 1 year and I played for 3 years.
Oh, okay, so you guys are, I guess, um, pretty like well knowledge, I'd say. You guys know quite a bit about theory, I'd say, already. So, do you guys have like an RCM level, like level of music that you play on your books?
I'm almost level 1.
Okay, that's very good. Now, Brenya, do you play piano or any other instrument?
I only play the piano.
Okay, so how long?
3 years.
3 years. So, what level are you now? Almost level one, two, or
Almost level 1.
all right. What about you, Lydia? As always, if you don't feel comfortable talking, just type in the chat. Just want to make sure what I'm teaching is like useful to you guys. All right then. So is this your guys like first time learning just theory? Because I understand that you guys learned piano before, but then learning just like about music theory is a bit different, right? So is this guy your guys like first theory class, or you guys have theory elsewhere as well?
I always have theory every week for piano.
Okay, so it would help if you would tell me like what are you learning currently in theory? I guess as you guys are figuring that out, wait, uh, you can talk. You can talk. It's okay. If you unmuted and you wanted to say something, it's fine.
Why is this taking so long?
No, because obviously it's the first class, right? I just want to make sure that everybody is like on the same page, and I don't teach anything that you guys already know, or teach something that's like too hard.
I'm doing scales and circular fifths and intervals.
Okay. Brenya, what about you? Similar things, right? Just level one theory. All right. So okay. Let's see. So let's go over the major like how to tell like, what key signature something is. Um, let's see. I'll go to our, so let me just see what uh level you guys are at right now. So, for example, on the treble clef, if there's wait, I can't draw sharp here and a sharp here. Can you guys tell me what key this is? A sharp on F and sharp on C.
D major.
Very good. So, um, what strategy did you use to figure that out?
I just practice it and remember it.
All right. So, how about I make it what key is this one? Brenya, do you think you can answer this one?
Wait, so like the middle one?
No, just if you see this on a piece of music, um, these sharps, what do you think? What key is this in?
Well, I never see those keys for some reason.
Oh wait, hold on. Um, it's there's a sharp on F, C, G, D, and A
Oh, those
here. So
ones.
these sharps. Lydia, do you think you know what key this is in?
Maybe no. I did play piano, but I stopped piano and now I'm playing violin.
Oh yeah, so this it's global. So music theory, think of it as like the language behind music. Because you guys have your native language. I'll assume it's English. So it's like second nature to you, right? You just speak it without thinking about it. It just comes through your mouth, and then you use it to connect yourself to the rest of the world, right? And connect yourself with others. But then music theory is the same thing. It's like the same no matter what instrument you play. Um, it just might look different depending on like the clef. For example, you play like a high instrument, maybe like a flute, it'll be like in treble clef. You play like a bass instrument, it'll be like in the bass clef. But the way theory works stays the same. So no matter whether or not you learn piano or violin or any other instrument, it'll stay the same. So I guess I'll just explain how this works, okay? If you guys don't know what this key is, Jimmy, and Kai, do you think you know what the key is? If you don't know, just let me know. I'll explain it.
I know it, but I just forgot it.
Oh, okay. I'll give you guys a refresher then.
B major.
Oh, yeah. So because Brenya forgot, I'll explain it to her. So for the major sharps, for the major keys that have sharps, um, uh, the way you figure it out is you write down well, you have it in your head. It's F C G D A and then E and then B. So it's in this order, right? It might be hard to remember at first, but then once you memorize the order of F C G D A E B, um, you can use it backwards too for the flats, but I'll get to that later. So, for example, you want to figure out um, what this is, right? The last sharp you see is this one. This is the last one, right? There's like think about this is the beginning, and this is the end. So uh, the last one is in this case the one on the A, right? It's this one. So you um, you basically know that these ones are the sharps because you go from the last one and you go count from behind. So these ones are the sharps, and then you count one note up. If the last one is A, then the key will be in B. Look on the piano, for example. This is sorry. Um, this one is A, and then you go up one note, and it's B. So this would be B major, and then same, and that's how you can figure out D major too, as the sharps are on F and C, and then you find middle C here. You count up by one note, and it's D, so it's D major. So I apologize if my explanation isn't like the very best. This is also my first, not first, but one of my first times teaching. I haven't taught um, in a bit, so I guess just to make sure you guys understand, I'll do something else and see if you guys can figure it out. So there's a sharp on F, sharp on C, and sharp on G. So I think Kai and Jimmy already know the answer, but Brenya, what key is this in?
What is it in D?
Um, it's it's not in D because the one in D, remember, there's a method, right? If it's you see how this is the last, like not the last key. So if it was D, then there would only be these two sharps
Oh.
because this is F D and then one note above D. Sorry, this is F and C, and then one note above C is D, and that'll be D major. But then this one is different, as in um, the last note here is G. This is where G would be. So that means what is one note above G?
Oh, E.
Um, look at the keyboard, right? This is G. So what is this note? What is this note?
Um. Would it be E? No, I mean, uh, like E or G?
Like the note we're talking about is G, so it wouldn't be the same note, right? So, for example, like look on your piano, right? There's it goes in order: C, D, E, F, G, and what's after G?
Oh, H.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. It's not exactly the same as the alphabet because um, there's um, there's only like seven like main notes in piano, which is C, D. I'll just tell you. Kai and Jimmy, how about you try to explain this to Brenya? What is after? What is the key signature? And yeah,
A major.
yes. So what should be after G then?
A.
And what's after A?
B.
Yeah. So think about like this. In music theory, there's only these seven letters: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There is no H.
Oh.
There is no H note, right? And then if you're thinking about, wait, how is it possible there's only seven notes? My piano is so big, like there's so many keys on it. No way, there's only seven. It just repeats itself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it just turns to A again. So that means that this will be A major. Um, is everyone clear with how to figure out the key of like a of a major of a major something major some major scale or just key signature, I guess. I think Kai and Jimmy got it down, and Brenya, if you
I'm gonna write
uh,
it down.
yeah, all right. So um, Lydia, do you understand how figuring out key signature works now? All right. Give me a thumbs up, Brenya, when you got your notes down. All right. So now let's move on to the flats. For example, a commonly played key signature that has a flat is F major. The F major flat is B flat. So unless there's any other accidental that cancels it out, when you play an F major song, whenever you touch the B key, you always have to make it flat. Um, and then the way you can figure out the what key signature, I mean, which flats, what key signature has whatever flats, is really similar to what we did for sharps. For sharps, the order was F C G D A E. Wait, sorry, A E B. For flats, you just flip it around. You do B E A B G C F. So, for example, um, uh, if I have, let's see, what's commonly used? Let me just go with E major, E flat major. So, Kai and Jimmy, do you think you can give me the flats for E flat major? If you don't know, it's okay.
B, E, and A.
All right, perfect. So the way that works is um, by looking on this list, I call it, we're looking for E major, right? And here E flat major. So here is E, and then you include all of the flats that are in front of it, which in this case is only B, and then you include the E, and then go over by one. So these three, everything in front of it, and one behind it. So using that logic, to find uh, the let's go with A major, A flat major. Um, the key would be B, E, A, and D. Because, like I said before, using this order, uh, we'll have this is a note that we're trying to find. We include everything in behind it, and one note in front of it, which is this one, which is D in this case. So these four are the flats for A flat major. So we have B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. Um, uh, okay, Brenya. Actually, no, I haven't called on Lydia yet. So, Lydia, what would you think the key? I mean, the flats would be for uh, D flat major.
I said it was D.
No, like which keys would be played flat if the key signature was D flat major?
Maybe E.
Okay, so it's actually B, E, A, D, and G would be flat, because here it's a lot easier to understand when you have like this order written out in front of you. So I'm I'm asking for D flat, right? So you locate the D over here, and then see like B, E, and A are in front of it, so you include it with it, and then you put one note behind, and like the note behind it is the G. So these five would be
Okay.
yeah. So here, what if it's what if I'm not asking for D flat major, but G flat major? So just one note up, this one. What would be the notes included?
H.
Just look at the whiteboard here. Just look at the B E A D G C F. Um, so so first I'll give you a hint, right? You have to
Is it
include
C?
yeah, C is in it, but then I also said that all the notes in front of this note would also be included. So it'll be B E A D G and C at the end. So these would be the flats it would have. So B E A D G C and F, and that is G flat major.
Okay.
Uh, all right. So I guess I'll give Brenya a question too, because I couldn't really ask her anything here. So I'll write this down for you. B E A D G C. If I'm looking for, all right, this one, this note, A flat major. What would the flats be, Brenya? Okay, Jimmy, chill. All right, wait, you're Kai, right? Yeah, sorry. Kai, just chill down. You're ahead of the game here. You're doing very well. I just want to make sure that the rest of the people also know how to do it.
Would it be EADGC?
So for A, this note, which one would it be? Did you say?
EADJ G and C.
Um, no. Very close though. It's B, E, A, and D, because D is like only one note behind it. So B is the one that is directly behind G. A, sorry. This note is right behind A. They're neighbors. These guys are neighbors, and then the two in front of it. So B E A D. Yeah. Okay. So um, to make sure, uh, how about D then? If I'm trying to find it for this one, which ones would it be?
Would it be GDAEB?
Sorry, could you repeat that? Just uh, go in order from left to right.
Oh, okay.
So which ones would it?
GD. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait. Oh, wait. Is it GDAEB?
Yes, that is correct. That would be the flats for D flat major.
Because you said to skip one.
Yeah, to have one of the note behind it, and then everything else in front of it would, and like including itself, would be the flats. All right, so let's move on. Um, yeah, if you guys have any like I guess questions or like problems you have with like the pace, I guess, or with like the way I'm teaching, you guys can always let me know because um I also learn by like you guys correcting me if you guys think there's anything wrong. All right, I'm just gonna clean this out. Okay, so now I guess we'll move on to something that maybe Kai and Jimmy will have I guess a bit, uh, like a bit hard time with. So let's do uh, intervals. So first thing is, let me make the piano bigger so it's easier to teach for this one. Let's see, here we go. So there are these two things called a semitone or semitone, whatever you want to call it. Semitone, and whole tones. So, semitones, um, are it's just what you call like the increment between two notes. So, think of it as like next to each other. Whatever's like directly next to each other is a semitone. So, for example, B and C. These two are buddies. They're right next to each other. So that's a semitone. And now another one would be, for example, C and C sharp. Because the reason why C and D would not be a semitone is because they're not actually like direct like neighbors. Because in the middle of them, there's this black key in the middle that's blocking them. So that wouldn't be a semitone. Semitone they have to be like right next to each other. So this note and the black key would be, sorry, I'll change the color so it doesn't overlap. So this note and this note would be a semitone because they're directly next to each other. Got that? Yep. All right. And now the other one that's not a semitone is called whole tone, which is um, basically think about it as uh, two semitones. So, like we said earlier, C and C sharp, one semitone, and C sharp and D, these are also semitone. So, I guess an easier way to think about it is three notes that are next to each other. So, C, D, sorry, what am I saying? So, B, C, and C sharp, and then and then basically that's the whole tone. And then don't get confused with the C in the middle. You don't I guess you don't like write it down. So semitones and whole tones are only two notes. So this would be B and C sharp. This would be a whole tone because there's one, two, three, and you can think of it as like something in between. Any anything with like a with one key in between is called a whole tone. So another example of this would be uh, D and E. These are a whole tone because D sharp or E flat, this black key, is in between them. There's one note in between them, and that makes it a whole tone. All right, so Kai, what would what would you call this? Um, this is A and A sharp.
A semitone.
All right. Um, let's go with B and C. What would that be, Kai?
A semitone still.
All right. Is Jimmy here?
Jimmy didn't learn this yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, if you haven't, oh, you should have told me. I'll maybe after this, I'll go over something that maybe he can follow along with. Brenya, I have a question for you. So this is a challenge question. I haven't talked about this yet, but think about it the same way. What would you call F sharp and G sharp, two black keys? What would that be?
F and G.
Yeah. So look at the piano. I circled it in yellow. So is that a semitone or a whole tone? F sharp and G sharp.
Um, it's a whole tone.
Why is it a whole tone?
Wait, hold on.
No. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just asking. Why is it a whole tone?
Because it's going together.
Yeah. Not quite. So there's a you think there's like a note in between them, right? There's something in between them.
Wait, there's
See,
the white key.
yeah, the white key is in between them, right? If there's one note in between them, that means it's a whole tone. All right. So one more question for you. Let's go with F here. Sorry, I changed the color back to black again. So F, this key, and this key. I showed it in orange
It's a semitone.
because they're right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
All right. Um, one more for Lydia. Let's go with E and F. Lydia, so what would this be? Would this be a semitone or a whole tone?
Maybe whole tone.
Not quite. Usually, right? Usually it would be a whole tone with two white notes, right? Because most of the white notes have a black key in between them. But then because E and F in the middle, you don't see a black key. They're right next to each other. That makes it a semitone.
Okay.
All right. So let's go one more question to make sure you get it. So let's go with F and F sharp. Would that be a semitone or a whole tone? F and F sharp.
Maybe semitone.
Yes, because there's no note in between F and F sharp. They're right next to each other. That makes it a semitone. All right, good job.
Okay.
So let's go on to I actually don't know how to clean this piano. Let me just undo everything for a second. All right. We have roughly 15 minutes left. I'll try to get through this. So here, I'll teach you about let's go with just doing major, minor, and perfect. So let me get up my thing. So I'm gonna change it to this. I made a page before. So uh, basically, semitone is also called the half step. Uh, so don't get thrown off by the half step over here. Let me get the pen out. So don't get thrown off by this word. Half step, half step is the same as semitone. So a minor a minor second is just one half step. They are next to each other. So this is B and this is C. So they're right next to each other on the keyboard. So that's a minor second. And then a whole step is what we learned earlier about whole tones. Um, and that would be major. So when you play these two notes, the minor one will be the one that feels like it's tight. It's like scrunched up together. Just B and C. If you press it on your piano, they're right next to each other, and they'll sound really. I get sturdy. Like it wouldn't sound like a clean chord, and like that's how you know it's minor. And then for the major one, it'll sound. I wouldn't say it'll sound good, but it sounds like it's open. It's not like crunched up together because it's a whole step. There's a note in between them, so that would be a whole step. And then I wouldn't go into augmented. This is for higher level stuff. I just want to. I made it just to make sure that there wouldn't be like people that already know like a lot. And then minor third is three half steps. So there's this one is B flat. I guess I do need the piano here. There's B flat and D flat. And in between these are one half step. It's kind of hard to show on this because I'm using a mouse, but then I guess I'll change the color. So these two are half step, one half step, another two half step, and the second half step, and the C and the C sharp is the third half step. So three of the half steps would make a minor third. I understand this might be like confusing, right? If there's any questions from Brenya, Kai, or Lydia, just bring it up right now. And Kai, you can unmute.
How do you know it's minor?
Um, so there's I'll switch the page so it's like less like dirty. So here, right? This is this is minor second and major second. So if we only use the second one as example, the two notes, second just means it just means how. Okay, so if you're wondering about like what the second or third or fourth is like behind like the major minor, it's just how many notes are in between. This is called minor second because there's two notes, B and C, and this is B and C, and B and C are just two notes. They're next to each other, so and there's two, so that's why it's called second. Um, And the way you can tell between minor second and major second is if it's a whole step or if there's a half step. So here, this one's called minor second because it's B and D. And on the keyboard down here, B and D, there's no key in between them, right? It's a semitone. So that makes it the minor. And then this one, it's flat. The B is flat. So think about it as expanding. It's expanding when you're doing that. And then that would be on the keyboard down here. That would be this note and this note. You see, B flat and C. There's the, there's this note in between them. It's a whole tone, right? And that's what makes it the major. So, like I said earlier, like major is like open and expanded, and minor is just more like tight. That's how you can think about it. See how it's tight because there's nothing in between, and this one has one note, like there's space in between. Oh, and Kai, is that your mother? If she has any questions or anything, she can also ask me too. Well, if she does. All right. Brenya, um, basically, right now I've only went over how to do like the seconds. I don't have to, the notes where there's only two notes, like only two notes in between. So from what I said earlier, summarization is basically if it's a semitone of like two notes, then it's minor second. If it's a whole tone, then it's major second. So um, if I were to go back to here and just pick out, uh, I'll draw out two notes, and then you tell me whether or not it's a major second or a minor second. So, do you know how to read bass clef?
Huh?
Do you know how to read bass clef,
What's
treble
that?
clef, and bass? So, um, uh, this one's the top right. This one's a treble clef, and this is a bass clef.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know how to read the notes on the bottom?
Not really.
All right. So, what about the top then? So, if I use this one, do you know what note it is?
Is it a whole note?
Oh no no, I'm asking like what like A B C D E F G, like which one is this?
No, I used to know. Now I forgot because I only play essential stuff.
All right, this makes it a bit harder because um there's like the levels are like pretty different, right? Because like Jimmy and Kai know how to read bars, not like read the bar lines, and then they know what notes are. But then there's nothing wrong with it. I guess I just have to go at a slower pace then. So one problem I just have is like, I just hope that that Kai doesn't like get like frustrated that he already knows everything. But I'm just trying to make it so that uh, people like you guys know everything, right? And like don't get left behind. So basically, uh,
Wait, is the bottom one A and then the second one B?
um, sorry, could you repeat that?
Like, is the first one A and then the second one's B?
Where are you, which one are you talking about right now? Sorry.
Um, the first one.
Like, what do you mean, like the first one? Like, because I
Um,
haven't done anything yet.
like the area where you put like the whole
Oh, on the keyboard or on
like
the whiteboard?
whiteboard.
Oh, um, sorry. I'll just restart. So, like, which one is this?
Is it A?
It's C. So this is C, and then it goes up one by one. D, and the line is E. So the lines are E, G, B, D, and F.
Yeah.
E, G, B, D, and F. And then the white spaces have F, A, C, E. And then there is actually space, space uh, below it. But the way there's actually more lines and more white spaces above and like and below. But then people don't include it unless like there's like a note on it, or else it would just take up way too much space. So, for example, what I mean is a commonly seen note is this. Oh, sorry, my hand slipped. And this is the middle C. This is C, and uh, here you can imagine. The reason there's like a line across, there's a line going through it. It means it's just another bar, another line. So you can think of it as there's a line going through it, like another line on it, like this. It's basically like this, but then people don't draw it.
Because it'll take forever.
Yeah, because um, just by standards, there's just gonna be one, two, three, four, five lines.
Oh.
It's not, so the way that people represent it. Oh, how do I get rid of this? What the? Here, okay. You see, there's one, two, three, four, five. There isn't one at the bottom, so people just draw a small line, a small line through it to show that there's a line instead of drawing the whole thing. Oh, um, oh, so you can't even you can't read the sheet music. All right, so I'll teach you guys more in next class. I'll make sure that Brenya, you know, like what's going on, and you can follow along better. And sorry if this class has been like a bit more like scattered, because I'm getting to know you guys. And I'm not quite sure what level you guys are either. So I hope that next class will be better, and then I just hope that you guys like learned or at least have remembered some stuff that you used to know. As there's only 1 minute left of class, and if there's any feedback, you guys can let me know right now, or let me know at the beginning of next class. I could see that Kai's mom was there with you, and if she had any concerns or anything, just let me know about it. And I guess that's it for today, because there's 4 seconds left until 8:30. Um, okay, goodbye, guys. You guys can leave the call whenever you want.